Hello and welcome to Miles to Go Drug Prevention Education. My name is Kelly Townsend. You can call me Kelly. You can call me Dr. Townsend if you want to be really formal. Some people call me the drug lady. You can pause this video at any time you need to. So this is my office. It's a little cleaner than I like it. And yes, that is a stormtrooper in my office. I think it needs to be cluttered up a little bit with some of my regular things like food and cats and TV and clutter. And of course, my office would not be complete without Disney items absolutely everywhere. So that's a little bit more like me now. So here's what you guys are going to look like. You are all going to be in your own offices as well. This completely reminds me of an old TV show when I was your age, which was the Brady Bunch. So what we're going to do together is we are going to be working on the Myths Around the World program. It's going to take place over the next few classes or over the next few weeks, depending on how your school has set it up. You should have each received a map. Please don't write on the map before we start together. And you'll notice in the lower left-hand corner, there's a key with all the different drugs that we're going to study. I would like you to all bring a pencil. You also should have a score sheet. That score sheet is going to have the different challenges we will be working on together. You'll notice that all of the different classifications or categories of drugs are listed below and how they work in the human brain. One of the drugs that you'll be studying in 7th grade will be tobacco. So while we won't be studying that in our class in depth, the picture that you're looking at is going to show you the different phases of the tobacco as it grows in the field, and then it's dried, and then it goes into the tobacco cigarette. The naturally occurring drug inside tobacco is nicotine. One of the other drugs that we are going to put into our categories is caffeine. Caffeine is also a stimulant, and you'll see that I've listed quite a few different products here to give you some samples of what has caffeine in it. You can pause this at any time so that you can take a look at this more in depth. One of the first drugs that we will be studying is cocaine. And this gives you an idea of what it looks like when it grows naturally on the leaf as well as the white powder. We are going to be studying how cocaine works in the human body. And again, remember, you can pause this at any point if you want to watch any slide for a little bit longer. In this class, we will be focusing on how drugs interact in the human body. At the end of our class, we will be playing the body challenge. I'm going to give you a little bit of insight about how we're going to be doing that right here with Brad and Ethan, our body models. You'll notice that Brad is showing his liver right now. We will be discussing the liver in depth. He also has his central nervous system. That's the CNS, his brain and his spinal cord. All the drugs in our categories will be categorized by how they interact with the CNS or the central nervous system. On Ethan, he's got his heart displayed on his outside of his shirt. That's convenient. And if a drug affects the brain, it also affects the heart. He also is modeling the respiratory diamond, his nose, mouth, and lungs. We'll be talking extensively about all of these parts of the human body. There are a few key vocabulary terms that I would like everybody to focus on. It'll help us in the classroom. Clean and sober. It's a person who purposely no longer uses drugs or alcohol. Alcoholic, a person who suffers from alcohol addiction or alcoholism. Rehab, it's a place, it's a facility or a hospital where people who are suffering from addiction can go for help. And addiction, a medical disorder in the brain causing someone to seek or use drugs despite harmful consequences. And remember, alcohol is a drug. The first category we'll be studying is stimulants. Stimulants will speed up the action of the human brain. We already talked a little bit about tobacco as a stimulant. Cocaine is also a stimulant, and caffeine. So if Ethan's brain is sped up, then his heart is also going to be sped up because they are connected. When you're using your score sheet, you can go ahead and start filling those pieces in right now that we just talked about. So under CNS stimulant, you can write in tobacco, caffeine, and cocaine. Remember, CNS stands for Central Nervous System. It speeds up the action of the brain. So now you are all caught up. You know exactly where we're starting our class. You know what we're going to be doing. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. I look forward to seeing you on our Zoom class. And feel free to watch this video again. Make sure that you get your schedule and password from your teacher.